Flex your business with an American Express Business Gold Card. You'll earn 4 times membership rewards points on your top 2 eligible spending categories, like transit and electronics, each month, on up to $150K in combined purchases per year. Plus, you can now earn 3 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Terms and points cap apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold, built for business by American Express.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Take your plans out of the group chat and get long weekend ready in new Abercrombie. From day to night, pack new outfits for every part of your itinerary. Grabbing brunch? Throw on the A&F Mila dress. Then head to your dinner reservation in their new bubble hem mini dress. And yes, permission to overpack for pics with the girls. Abercrombie's best-selling Scarlet Squirt deserves a post in your feed. Your plans are worth it. Shop Abercrombie's new long weekend collection online or in store.
Jalen Carter and his contract next offseason definitely affects what Howie Roseman does this offseason. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast that is covering news, notes, and opinions on your Philadelphia Eagles right here on the Eagles Pinpoll Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stiefel, and you can find me hosting Trending in the AM on the STT Sports Network live at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. I got the link below. I greatly appreciate you checking it out, and bring your opinions and thoughts and comments from this show right to that show. That's a show where your opinions actually matter. Here, this show, we're just talking about just Eagles. That show, that network, we cover it all. And it's Philly's opening day this week. So we'll be talking a lot of baseball this week over on the STT Sports Network. But today, here, Monday, 22nd of March, we're talking about Jalen Carter next offseason. Because a lot of what Howie Roseman is doing this offseason is directly related to the fact that Jalen Carter next offseason will be getting a huge, massive contract extension. And I want to get my thoughts on how and where and why this extension is going to get done. First and foremost, some people will tell me that you don't need to give him an extension next offseason because you still can pick up the 5th-year option, etc. You know, you still got him for 2 more years, plus then, obviously, franchise tags if you wanted to. People will say that. But no, Howie Roseman is an aggressive GM, liking to sign players early versus later to beat the curve, to stay ahead of the curve on contracts. Defensive tackles are becoming one of the most premier paid positions in the NFL. So what's Jalen Carter going to get paid? First off, he's not even 24 years old yet. We're talking about this after he just completed his 2nd NFL season. He's 23. He'll turn 24 on April 4th. Most people are looking at Chris Jones, defensive tackle, the Kansas City Chiefs, arguably the best defensive tackle in football. And his contract, he's averaging $31.75 million a year. His most recent contract is giving him $95 million guaranteed. I'm kind of thinking of some of the defensive ends like Myles Garrett and Max Crosby, even though it's end versus tackle. I'm kind of using all these numbers, in my mind. And also Milton Williams, who just left the Eagles to go to the Patriots, $26 million per year, $63 guaranteed. I'm putting all this into mind, okay, while I'm trying to figure out what Jalen Carter will get paid. And I think Jalen Carter is going to get north of $40 million a year. Now, his 5th-year option will be about $22 to $26 million. That's based off of, Pro Bowls, All-Pro, which was a second-team All-Pro this past year. There's a lot of things that go into that number. It's not set in stone yet when they pick that up next offseason. But what's the extension going to look like? And I'm saying it's going to be in the neighborhood of 3 years, $90 million, 4 years, $120 million, with a good 95% of that guaranteed. He's going to get at least $80 million guaranteed. Probably more like $95 million guaranteed, on this next contract. You add in the 5th-year option, all that kind of stuff. You got to understand that Jalen Carter not just deserves this deal, but Jalen Carter's earned this deal, and Howie Roseman has to do this deal. Because in 2 years, if he waits and doesn't do it next offseason, that number's only going to get higher. You've got a guy that's tops in the league, in every key statistical category for defensive tackles, top 2 or 3 at the minimum, forced fumbles, tackles for a loss, bad at passes at the line of scrimmage, quarterback hits. You name it, he's there. He's one of the top, if not the top double-teamed guy, interior in the NFL, right there tied with Chris Jones. Over 70% of the time, he faces double teams and still produces at an insane rate. You don't even have to see the stats. You just got to watch the guy to understand how dominant of a force he is. And every year, that price for the top defensive tackles is going to go up. So Howie Roseman's got to get the job done and got to get the contract done this offseason just to make it easier down the line. And we know Howie Roseman, the way he structures contracts, it won't destroy our salary cap by giving him $40 million a year annually, on his next contract. He'll have it stretched out, dummy years, this and that. He'll renegotiate it 4 or 5 times over the next 10 or 12 years, whatever it may be. We just need to get it done because 2 years, it might be $60 million a year. Who knows how that – you look at the Jamar Chase and T. Higgins contract situation with the Cincinnati Bengals, or what's going on with Micah Parsons and last offseason with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott with the Cowboys. And it makes you understand the importance of doing things early versus later. This is, I'm just going to rattle off some things, 7th on or 3rd in sacks, 4th pass rush win rate, 3rd pressure rate, 1st snap count. We got to talk about Jalen Carter's snap count at some point this offseason. You can't keep playing him 80% of the time, but it is what it is. 1st batted balls, 1st forced fumbles, run stop win rate, even though he's being double teamed that much, 3rd in the NFL, 8th tackles for losses. That's where he ranks among the other defensive tackles. There's a reason why he's considered arguably the best defensive tackle in football. And the fact that we're able to give him this extension now at 25 and not at 30, because once a defensive tackle at 30, you don't know where their career is going to go. It just tells me. I look at Milton Williams getting $26 million per year, and this is not a knock on Milton Williams. I like Milton Williams. Milton Williams, got kind of lucky to an extent to play next to Jalen Carter to get that payday. Jalen Carter is double the player that Milton Williams is. And that's not a knock on Milton Williams. He's double the player. So $40 million, $41 million a year is not asking too much. It's actually maybe slightly underpaying him for what his true value is. So what do you think? What do you think Jalen Carter's worth on his contract extension next offseason, and the reasons why Howie Roseman's protecting that salary cap with these one-year deals of all the free agencies brought in this year? What is he worth? Bring those comments over to the STT Sports Network at Trey in the AM at 8 a.m. live. We'll be talking Phillies, but we'll also be talking this. We'll see what else. It's kind of that part of the offseason where things are slowing down. So we're going to dive into specific things. Tomorrow, we're going to talk a little bit about Jordan Davis. I got a poll on my Twitter page at Beard A Knowledge, going about Jordan Davis and what the Eagles should do this offseason with Jordan Davis. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So stay tuned right here on the Eagles Pinpoll Podcast Network. This is the Eagles Checkdown. Again, check out Trending in the AM. I got it linked below. Everybody have a great Monday. Go Birds. Bubbles up.
Every cup of Nespresso coffee is an invitation to transform your morning routine into a ritual you can treasure each and every day. Using the Virtuo Pup, a simple touch of the button freshly brews bold aromas and a rich, velvety crema layer for delicious cafe-quality coffee at home. Whether you enjoy your coffee hot or over ice, every sip, every morning is unforgettable. Nothing tastes like Nespresso coffee. Visit Nespresso.com or our app to explore our full range of easy-to-use machines and coffees not found anywhere else.
I think I just won my taxes.
Yeah?
I just switched to H&R Block in about 1 minute. All I had to do was drag and drop last year's return into H&R Block, and bam, my information is automatically there.
So I don't have to go digging around for all my old papers to switch?
Nope.
Sounds like we just leveled up our tax game.
Switching to H&R Block is easy. Just drag and drop your last return. It's better with Block.
Hi, this is Debbie, your Blinds.com design consultant.
Oh, wow. A real person.
Yep, I am here to help you with everything, from selecting the perfect window treatments
Well, I've got a complicated project.
Oh, not a problem. I can even schedule a professional measure and install. We can also send you samples, fast and free.
I just might have to do more.
Oh, okay.
So the first room we're looking at is for guests.
Shop Blinds.com now and save up to 45% on select styles. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Last week was our first playoff game, and my plaque psoriasis was so itchy under all my gear. Sometimes just thinking about scratching could take me out of the moment. And then my doctor told me I could get clearer skin with a pill called Otezla.
Otezla apremilast is a prescription medicine used to treat adult patients with plaque psoriasis for whom phototherapy or systemic therapy is appropriate. Otezla can help you get clearer skin after just 4 months.
Okay, ready for the next game. Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Call 1-844-4-OTEZLA or visit Otezla.com for prescribing info about cost, and more.
When you think about your future, you know what calls to you. Meaningful work, happiness, growth, and sharing these values with others. But how will you find all of that? There are many paths forward, including one you may not have considered. The military provides countless opportunities to pursue your calling, where you can be part of something bigger than yourself, while still being yourself and having the future you want. You have a calling, we have an answer. Learn more at todaysmilitary.com.
Whether it's a movie night or just midday, Skinny Pop is a salty snack that keeps on giving. Made with just 3 simple ingredients for an irresistibly delicious taste and a large serving size that lasts. Deliciously popped, perfectly salted. Skinny Pop, popular for a reason. Shop Skinny Pop now.